USA.net. Irvine Valley, number 2 in the OEC. Cypress College sitting there at number 3 in the OEC. Fullerton won it last week, but yet could be the spoiler depending on what happens today. Cypress on a breakaway, 2 against 1, going down there, can't come away with it. Alex Mojadas had an opportunity. And of course, when we look, Corson is back deep. Cristobal is with him. Chavoya, Cerna, Guerra, Aranya, Rezco, Sanchez. Morrison in the goal for your Cypress Chargers. To get a handball call against Cypress. So Irvine back on the attack. Irvine trying to make a move. Bekovic kicks it down, goes into the box. Carmena tries to do it again. It's going to go out. Should be a corner for the Lasers from Irvine Valley. Christopher Azate in goal. Velasco, Granzow, Miller, Edwards, Lopez, Stark, Carmena, Ocampo, Peraza, Maliso shall be the starters for Irvine Valley as that one goes over the top of the net. Ed, John, Albert, and the old guy out here once again for Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. Water polo, the men made the playoffs. Women's soccer made the playoffs. Women's volleyball made the playoffs for Cypress College. So the men in soccer trying to be number 4 this season. Well, they should get at least a point for hitting our intent. Corson comes out there. Corson, who had a beautiful game as the center back on defense against Fullerton. Stayed home with everybody. Be a throw-in for your Chargers. Looking to get a little rhythm going on here. End of the season has been smooth for them as you watched them ending this year. And if they could get in the playoffs, they could be the spoiler team easily out there. Easy little shot going down there. Rezco said, I'll take it. He was the one that won it for Cypress over Fullerton. Handball in the box, penalty shot for Cypress. He puts it in, and then they held on tight to the end. And we talked about Cypress. Went back to fundamentals, up and out. Break on the ball. And once again, as it tried to turn and go across the middle, it was out. And you watched Matthew Corson just track him down, stay on the hip of Camarena. I almost said his name wrong. Well, I did. You know, and stayed on his hip, stopped the play. It's again looking to clear the middle. Easy little tap back to the goalie for Irvine Valley. And this is where you'll see Cypress not waiting on a play, trying to make a play for there. Like Marcus Ponce tried to make a play on that one. So Corson back deep with Chavoya defensively. And we've heard the coach sort of say he's changed things up. Alex Toronis misses that one, but that's okay. Aggressive player, and we'll see how well he plays out there. He's on top, trying to clear it over to the box. Header! And just enough on the hands to knock it away. Was Arzate for Irvine Valley. I thought we were going to get that quick score to get Irvine on top, to get Irvine looking from behind and get Cypress on top. Corner for your Chargers. More aggressive on the offensive side and solid defensively. Trying to trap him. Velasco had Ocampo with him for Irvine Valley. So it all starts with a victory here today to have that thread to get you into the playoffs. If you're the Chargers. The lasers are there. Fullerton will be in the playoffs. Another corner for Cypress. High floater, middle of the box. Taken out. So Cypress has had a couple corners to start this game off. Had opportunities. And it looked like that you were going to have Irvine just dump it quickly out of the box. All of a sudden now they're going down as Cypress comes up to play the aggressor. Once again, Cypress turns the corner. Gets a beautiful pass on that far side. Wahadas tries to take it back in the middle. Can't do it. Taken away and cleared down there by Irvine Valley. Lots of body there by Grant Miller. So Velasco, Granzow, Miller, Edwards, Lopez, Stark, Camarena, Ocampo, Peraza, Bekovic, and Malisso are the starters for Irvine Valley, the Lasers. Lasers on the attack, trying to find it in the corner, drops it off. Camarena crosses over in the middle, far side, can't find. Costa coming down on the far side. .10:24 going. A little wind picking up out here at Ray Haas Field. So throw-in never came on the field. Try it again. Wind can catch the ball. That time it's headed out, so it will stay with Irvine Valley. Campo comes up to take maybe the throw-in, doesn't get it. Trap off the chest. Little header out there. Granzow tries to get it. It's a foot race now down there. Rezko from far out, a little too high as everybody came out. Goalie leaks out of the box. And he had an opportunity to give him a 1-0 lead. So again, Irvine, a little back on their heel right now. Matthew just turns on it, kicks it back up. The chest, trying to control it. Drops it off to the middle. Lots of body on there. They're going to call David for a little too much physicality. Ivan Lopez is not on the field yet, has 36 points for Irvine Valley. Talk about prolific scorers. And there's the first goal of the game. So Irvine Valley, Grant Miller comes down and puts it in and gives Irvine that first lead to start things off. And you look at Grant Miller this season, 33 points he's got. That's his 16th goal of the season. So Grant Miller now has it. 27 shots on goal for Miller. And it's 1-0. So you can hear where they're yelling focus on the bench. So Miller, the first one to score. Miller gives them a 1-0 lead here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. The Lasers on the board first. So you need to see how your Cypress Chargers are going to react to this now. Tie does them no good. They need an all-out win against Irvine Valley. If they get the win, that puts them on the edge. And then with a little luck, we'll see if somebody can push them off the edge and put them in the playoffs. Nice juggling of the ball once again. The skills are there with this Cypress team. They have such great athletes. Season just didn't start the way they needed it to. Of course, and just been there defensively. It's going to stay with Cypress. Matt will start things off. They're going to let him drop the ball. Fine play. 15:33 here in the first half on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. In the middle of the field, Irvine Valley comes out with it, goes back to Cypress. Cypress has had a couple opportunities, couldn't turn them in. Irvine gets their opportunity and puts it in the back of the net. Long pass downfield, and Grant Hill, who scored that one for Irvine Valley, all over it. Hill with 33 points up front. You get the counterpoint for him here on the right side. Deep drive in the box, cleared out by Cypress. Again, Grant Hill has it, looks to go to the right, left, turns, doesn't have it. They drop it off right there to Peraza. Peraza loses it. Goes back. He's going to go down in the box. Matt Corson takes it deep. Just a little too far as you don't get the follow-up. Rezko gets it in the middle of the field, tries to find an open man, can't do that. Irvine Valley steps in front of, and that was Lucas Stark that gets it. Goes back to Cypress, far side of the box. Go to the far side. Header over there, easy save for Irvine Valley. Arzate just has no problems with it. Then it's cleared down the field. Long little run, nobody there. Grant Hill comes up now and says to the goalie, you need to pick it up. I've already got one. We'll see if I can get two in this game. Goes out far to the right. Now it's just playing tag down each end of the field. So far it's been, well, you kick it, I'll kick it. You pick it up, I'll kick it back. One solid attack so far in this game. Irvine Valley 1, your Cypress Chargers 0. You're in Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. Deep kick by Parker Morrison, trying to find somebody there. Rezko goes up for it, can't control it. And it goes out to Irvine Valley. It'll be a goal kick for them. Well, you don't feel the enthusiasm so far in this first half that we saw when Cypress played Fullerton College. I don't know, maybe it's because they were the sister schools. They're so close with each other. Irvine Valley down south. But it's a must-win situation. You thought you'd see a little more of that attack modem early in this game. Ball taken away. They're going to keep it with Irvine Valley. They start quickly on the turnover. Cypress comes away with it. Angel Cristobal handles it right there, tries to get it up the field. Going to get a call against Cypress. Bakovic, big left foot into the box. Grant Hill is there. Nice block out off to the left, and you've got to love what Parker Morrison did when he came out. Two hands closed, fist coming up. Make sure he gets in behind Grant Hill, hits it from behind, clears it out. Nice save and punch out by Morrison. 20:47 going on. Quiet crowd so far. Here, quiet in the bleachers. Quiet to the right of me. Everybody treating this as a lazy Thursday afternoon here in Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. Where Cypress needs to make a turn, get back in this game. Save it quickly. So this is where Cypress now needs to go deep. Rezko puts it in the box off a header, gets cleared out at the last second. By Granzel. Granzel out of Germany. And this is where you look down there and you'll see one blue jersey, which is Cypress. All the white jerseys, which is Irvine Valley. What a header, middle of the field. Once again, that's Hill, who's got the lone goal in this game, and he's got the captain's band on his arm. Need more blue down there helping out. So it'll stay with Irvine Valley. Granzel will bring it up. Going deep. Hill can't control it. Try to clear the middle, and that was Angel. Angel Cristobal just couldn't do it. Now they get the ball back. Somebody on the outside. They head back to the box. Crossbar. Great save. Can't control it. Cypress turns and kicks. Goalie goes after it. Finally gets his hands on. First touch. Gets away from him. Cypress isn't on top of it. Then they control it again. Angel gets his foot on it. Makes a quick turn to the left. And there's a save made. Goalie staying down now gets up. Just want to make sure he's okay. Referee talks to him. Zarzate makes the save on two possible shots on goal. For Cypress, it looked like for a second they could creep in there and get a tie. Dyckno comes in the game. And Heg Hi-Hat comes in the games also for Irvine Valley. Middle, header, try to get a turn. Try to go to Angel, couldn't get it to Angel. Angel can't control it. Beautiful pass right through the wicket. Quick turn behind the offensive player on a beautiful pass by Irvine Valley. As Peraza set up people, Peraza gets it again. Looks, drops it down quickly to the far side of the box. Heg Hi-Hat. Header, can't do it. Grant Hill goes up to get it, can't pull it down. Grant Hill, I'm making him a basketball player. Grant Miller. So Miller, who's got the one goal in this game at the 25-47 mark. Will stay with Cypress. Corson, Matthews got it over here. Tries to get it deep. Can't get it deep enough. Darnus tries to clear it. Taken by their nice little play by Ivan Lopez, who just easily puts it on the foot of a teammate. Cypress counters. 26-32. Another rush. This time you want to look and see where you're going. Go to the outside. Take it across the middle. Just a missed header. They were wide open in the middle of the box, just a little high for Cypress. Had an opportunity, great crossing pass, and it just sailed a little high. Open. And so Cypress misses an opportunity to tie this game up with 27:09 here in the first half. Well, the guys know what they need to do, and they picked it up after that first goal by Irvine. Nice run there by Grant Miller. Miller gets cut off on the far side. So Grant Miller thought he had an opportunity, gets cut off. Lopez is going to go over. And take the corner. So Lopez will take the corner. They're going to stack the box. Low shot one. Lopez tries to do something with it. Couldn't do it. One on two. No call. Nice defensive player right there by Cypress. Trying to get, if they can get the running shot going, they'll do it. They're going to call an inadvertent foul against Irvine. So Matt will come up, take the kick. Player goes down just for a second. He's back up. They're going to say you need to change him out. So Leyva is heading over to the bench. It looks like Leyva is going to get, just for medical reasons, they're going to take a look at him and see how he is. So they're going to run him over to the bench. Leyva heads over there for Cypress. Monjadas comes back in for Leyva, so he's back in the game for Cypress. Matt kicks it in his direction. Trying to get the ball to land on the ground. Looking not to play with a hand. Take it over to the right-hand side. Grant Miller kicks it out, and it should be a goal kick, and it is, for Cypress, who starts quickly. Angel Cristobal tries to control the ball, has it go off his foot, can't do it. High floater. And, almost over the fence, not quite. So it'll stay there. Grant Miller can't do anything with it. Goes down deep. Here's the race once again. Control the ball. 1-on-3. Shot on goal. He comes out and saves it. So that's the third opportunity for your Cypress Chargers where they put the ball on the goal. The goalie's been in the right spot and has made the save. Again, beautiful counterattack by your Chargers here on Charger Live and SportsNetUSA.net. Another corner for Cypress. 4 now in this game, all on the far side. Floater, backside of the box, goes down. They're going to say a little, I'm going to say they're going to say it came off an arm or an upper hand, so it's going to stay as a goal kick with the lasers. And you watch the lasers on offense. What they'll do is they will go 4 across, so they just don't go, and then they put somebody in the middle to drop as a decoy. Nice offensive attack on their part. Can't hold on to the ball is Velasco. He loses it. Now here goes the run again. Turns it Orton out. And that should be another corner. Number 5 for your Chargers in this first half. 32-49 has been played. They're down by 1. Grant Miller scored with only 13 minutes being played in the first half for Irvine Valley, and that's where we sit. Backside of the net. Goalie is there, goes up and gets a nice play by Christopher Erzate, who goes up to get it. Miller misses it. Grant Miller tries to control it. Angel was going to get it. Cypress will take it back in the middle, look for somebody to go to, set the defense back, try to start the offense from it. Ball goes out, stays with Cypress for a throw on the far side of the field, 33-45. So the ball sneaks its way out. Once again, another throw-in for your Chargers. So they've made some brilliant attacks down there. They've had 5 corners. They've been close on 3. 2 counterattacks. Took great saves from the goalie for Irvine to end up keeping this game at a 1-0 game right now. More offense from your Chargers than there have been from the Lasers in this game so far. Stays with Cypress. Matthew Corson brings it quickly, throws it into a spot where he thought somebody was going to be. It's going to stay with Cypress. A little pushing and pulling down there, and they looked at Armand Hag High Hot and said, a little too much rough house. Across the field. Can't keep it in for Cypress. Change the call. They give the ball to Cypress. Corson takes it. Well, he was going to take it, but Matthew decided not to. Now the ball comes to Matthew. Matthew will go, looking to go upfield. Tries to go to the middle. Gets it to Angel. No, it's not Angel. I thought it was Angel out there. Angel's far on the right-hand side. Cypress recycles the ball. Backside. Header off the top of the goal. Off the top of the goal. Did not go in. So it hit the top bar, went straight down, did not go backwards, did not deflect into the net. So therefore, never crossed the line. It is not a goal. Cypress bench is arguing that, hey, it was there. I don't know, Albert?
I saw some net movement.
So Albert Robles, who's running the cameras and is on the control center, said he saw a net. We don't have instant replay for the officials out here. So you'll have to watch this again later to see if there was goal on the play. Another opportunity for your Chargers. And it just goes in the official's eye a little off kilter and no goal. On the camera's eye, well, when you watch it later, you'll be able to tell maybe if it was a goal, and it should be 1-1 with 37-23 to go here in the first half. Albert says yes. Huge non-call. Correct or not? Who knows? Grant Miller comes down on the right-hand side. Miller, give and go. The ball's going to go out. And they're giving a corner to Irvine Valley. Ivan Lopez comes over. He'll take the corner. Miller's going to the back side of the box. He's got the lone goal in this game. Go to the top. Beautiful save made right there. It looked like it was going to go in. Parker Morrison comes up big for Cypress. Cypress now on the run. Morrison keeps him in this game on that save for your Cypress Chargers. (38-48). Well, an almost, a maybe. And then a beautiful save by Parker to make sure it doesn't get any worse than 1-0 here in the first half. Drop. Kicked. Irvine Valley traps it low. Irvine Valley says, wait a minute, I just got grabbed in the wrong place. No foul was called, so the official said, hey, play on. Ball gets lost for a second. They try to drop it in the middle. Once again, comes back. Cypress, the controlling factor in this half. Looking to go to the outside. They do. Again, good defense by Irvine Valley. Staying with the man. And that was Peraza, who just would not bite into the fake whatsoever. So they're going to say the ball went out. Late call by the officials. So the ball will go to the Lasers of Irvine Valley. Isaiah Ponce now comes in the game. Going out for Irvine is Ivan Lopez. Once again, the attack is on. Your Cypress Chargers are just playing magnificent soccer in this game. Could be tied 1-1, maybe should be tied 1-1. We don't have the best line where we're even with the goal down here, but my man at the table said to me, Mark, I saw a net move, so I'm going with Albert Robles and say, hey, if Albert said it was, I'm going to take Albert's word for it. do know that Irvine Valley had their goal with 13 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. Grant Miller drove one deep to the back of the net. And that's where we stand here at the 42-minute mark in the first half. Throw in for the Lasers. Good ball movement by Cypress. Lots of give and goes, trying to find people that are up the field on the move. When they do it, they have found that open person. Mikey Serrano makes a nice move for Cypress to keep the ball going out there. Gives it over to Corson. Corson trying to go through the middle. So Corson will throw it in. Corson, Serrano, Chavoya. Serrano comes down. Now it goes to Serrano. Here they come to Miller in the middle. Kicked away from Miller. Miller's had that one uncontested opportunity. And once again, they stop the ball. It's a fight there. Miller won't let it go away. They turn the corner. We're in the last few moments here in the first half. It's Cypress down by 1. Irvine Valley 1, Cypress 0 here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. So where you hold on tight, maybe get that one little miracle shot. Kicked out, stays there. Marcus Ponce does that again. Boy, I tell you what, his footwork has been outrageous on this field. He has danced every time he's had the ball. Corson tries to get it. Gets kicked out, goes up and out. So Irvine Valley's going to try and get it in quickly. Peraza's going to throw it in. Grenzel has it blocked out. So Grant takes a little time. Peraza gets it back again. Bicycle kick right there, and a nice one was made by Ponce. Ball goes out. Lineman walks down. Marks the area for the throw-in. Just short of the corner. Clear it out of the middle. That's what they've done. Off the side of the foot. Comes in our direction. Tangles up in our equipment. Oh, Matthew comes over and grabs it. Looks for a little bit of help. Goes deep to the middle of the field. Dropped on the side of the foot. Kicked out. Stays with Cypress. Walks to the fence. Should have been said, Ed Ford. Should have played your clock there, Ed. Looked like 43 minutes in the first half was about 10 minutes ago. Nobody in the middle. Cypress is going to go to the far side. See if they can take one more last run before they end this first half of the game. Here comes the attack. Cypress looking to go back. They've been there 3 or 4 times. Again, dancing with the ball. They can get in the box, turn, kick across the middle, saved. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. As we come to the end of the first half, it's Irvine Valley 1, Cypress 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. Head forward, looking over all the information. Here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. So as we looked at this, Irvine Valley came into this game overall 11-3-6, 6-1-6 in conference. Your Chargers 8-8-4 overall, 6-4-3 in conference. And when you look at all these teams, well, in the last 6, you've got Cypress beating Saddleback, Orange Coast, Santiago Canyon. They tied Santa Ana. They tied Golden West. And a big victory over Fullerton. That's what puts them where they are right now. For Irvine Valley, they ended up beating Golden West. They lost to Fullerton, and then they beat Orange Coast, Santiago Canyon, tied Santa Ana, tied Saddleback. So they're set for the playoffs. It comes down to Cypress just winning that last important one today, and they'd have that opportunity to maybe get in the playoffs. Here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet USA.net. Like we talked about playoff teams, well, the women's volleyball team is in. The men's water polo team is in. Here on Sportsnet USA.net and Chargers Live. So those two teams have made the playoffs. And the women's soccer team has also made the playoffs. So right now, Cypress is sitting with 3 playoff teams as playoff season gets ready to go, and most of those games will be seen here on Charger Live and SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, we're not absolutely sure about what's happening with water polo because that game would have already been played this morning.
Okay.
I do not know what the results are.
But they did make the playoffs.
Oh, yes, they did make the playoffs. They played Long Beach at 10. And maybe somebody can find out the answer for us. Maybe do something like Ask Michelle.
There we go. So we're looking to see if we can get an answer if the men's water polo team won earlier this morning or not. We'll see if somebody can give us that answer as they come in.
They lost.
Okay. But they made the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think for Mark, that's a huge victory for Mark, who coaches both the men and the women here at Cypress. And, you know, we've normally seen where Fullerton College will get somebody in, nobody in the playoffs for water polo. Of course, the teams down south always have somebody in the playoffs in water polo. That's Orange Coast College, Golden West College. They always seem to have somebody in the water polo playoffs. And yet, on the volleyball side, the women are in the playoffs again. They have been perennial good to great volleyball teams these last few years, and you've seen them play here on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live.
Yes, so they will be playing following Tuesday in the playoffs. So if you're trying to figure out what date that is, good luck.
Well, you'll be able to find
that. It's the 21st.
I was going to say you'd find it on the page for SportsNetUSA.net.
Right. So it's on the 21st. Well, unless, the guy who takes care of the webmaster gets forgetful and doesn't put something up there.
Yeah.
Like last night's East Los Angeles College volleyball game. And mentioning Long Beach City College, that's who they played. And that was a great game. Albert Robles was there. Went all the way to 5 sets. Quite a battle. Because at the beginning it looked like, Long Beach is going to take this, but Huskies really roared back, and they're having quite a season for volleyball. So we've got that. We'll see what their playoff hopes look like. Of course, we have football coming up this weekend. We have 3 games for you. We'll have Fullerton College at Riverside at Wheelock Stadium. At least half of it standing.
That's it,
and that will be audio only, so please do not go into social media and tweet and or send us emails and ask us, so what's wrong with the picture?
Yeah, where's your camera?
Where's your
What's
camera?
wrong?
Or people could ask, oh, I paid for this subscription and I'm not getting anything. That was one from last week. It's like, what subscription and who did you give money?
I was going to say.
It wasn't me because I'd have spent it already. So we have the 3 football games. Also, Santa Ana College wraps up their season. They play College of the Desert, and that's a big game because whoever wins that game, there aren't that many American Division Bowl games, so it's important. Whoever wins that game is going to be the second place team in that league, conference, whatever we're calling them these days. So it's a must-win game for Santa Ana because they lost last week to Chaffee, so they have to beat College of the Desert, and College of the Desert has been playing well, so that should be a good game. Noah Alvarez with the play-by-play from Santa Ana Stadium, Santa Ana Bowl, Eddie West Field, whatever you want to call it, depends on what generation you might be. And then our third game will be the ELAC Huskies. They'll be at Weingart Stadium. They're taking on the Cerritos College Falcons. That should be a really good game. Bowl implications there, but pretty much at this point the Huskies will be in some sort of bowl game. Cerritos would need a win to stay in the hunt. If they lose, then I don't think they have any chance. So that'll be an important game because last year it was Cerritos coming in as a favorite, and they thought they were going to win that game, and ELAC jumped up and, like dogs do sometimes, bit them.
That's it. That's it.
And we'll just move on from that one. And then we've got some other sports coming up for you next week and the following weeks. More Chargers action when basketball starts up, and that's not too far away. Also ELAC basketball, and that'll be men's and women's for both those schools. And we just
keep on rolling.
A ton of sports for you. Of course, later on in spring when it gets a little warmer, we will have we'll at least have softball.
Softball, maybe baseball.
Yeah, maybe baseball.
We'll see who wants to do that. Are we now? I know we're going to do Cypress softball, and I don't know now because I haven't talked to you about it, but there was some conversation that we would do ELAC softball too.
Yes, we should be doing a few games. Like I would say 3. It might be more than that, but we're going to try to do about 3 ELAC games. Their field over at on campus, it's nice. It's a grass field. Not as turf isn't quite at the Cerritos level, but then there aren't very many grass fields that have Cerritos' turf. I mean,
that's true.
I put that a little bit beyond Mount Sack's field even, and Mount Sack has a very nice field. So it's a nice field, though. It has lights, which
not many
that
do.
Is a rarity in Southern California because I think unless Palomar, they redid their field, unless the Palomar new field has lights, it's only ELAC and
Long Beach City College. No, they don't, do they?
No, it's ELAC and Mount Sac would be
that's
the
it?
only teams that there is Citrus, but of course they never play night games.
It's true.
But,
that's true. You brought that up once before.
They have two fields. Both have lights. They don't play any night games ever. That's just a little odd, I think. Now, not that ELAC plays a lot of night games, but they do play at night sometimes. So as usual, we do a lot of softball, so that will be coming up. And, of course, I mean, this season, Brad Pickler, defending champion, Mr. What
Mr.
do we call him?
Softball?
10, 1500 or 1510 or however Corey put that. Mr. Softball, he's in the Hall of Fame, and it will be quite a season. He doesn't have Emily Rush this year, but Brad always manages to find.
He finds something, doesn't he?
Yeah. And overall, I think the pitching in the OEC is not going to be what it was this last year or the year before. And that's not to disparage anybody, but when you have Emily Rush and then you had gosh, her name escapes me, at Santa Ana 2 years ago. She was
Yeah.
phenomenal. I mean, you're just not going to find a lot of pitchers. But of course, Fullerton has
Yes, Speedy and
Speedy,
Crystal.
but their main starter is coming back.
Oh, okay. I can't think of her name right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's coming back. And
So,
then,
so
well,
she's probably, I would think right now, she's got to be the ace of the OEC.
she probably is.
Unless
and then,
there's some unknown person that we don't know about that's going to pop up at Riverside or Santiago. But more than likely, she's the she would be the top pitcher, I would think.
wait a minute. You said pitching in Santiago together?
You know, that's kind of cruel.
It is. But, I mean, let's be realistic. That has been one of the things that they haven't had. Superior pitching. They've always had hitting.
Yes.
And
I mean, when they went into 2016, they had good pitching then. They had two good starters. But yeah, it's mostly been an offensive kind of team. A lot of base stealing, a lot of speed. Those years back in 2016, 17, a lot of power. I mean, they really had everything. But you know, it's funny. Brad kind of figures out a way of winning all the time, and he might say that, oh, he doesn't have the best, you know, this isn't the best pitching staff I've had, and you know, I'm not doubting that, I'm not saying he's wrong, but he finds a way. So you got to consider that it's more than just the players in his case. He's the that extra element that propels them to win.
yeah, well, I mean, same thing with Cody over at Cerritos. We have seen teams where, and of course, last year I got in trouble with Brad because, as everybody knows, I was taking Cody's team to be maybe that one that won the world was going to win the World Series for community college softball. But she's another coach like Brad. Of course, Brad has multiple titles, but Cody always seems to get so much more out of her softball players than anybody expects. And Cerritos is always a solid softball team when they play. So you've got some really, not only do you have great players, but you really do have some fantastic educator coaches that are at the community college level.
Yeah, definitely. Cerritos Cody has a habit of having them play down the stretch very well. Remember the one year that OCC started off so well, but then they were fading at the end, and I was looking at the stretch, and I said, well, it looks like this is what OCC needs to do to stay in the playoff hunt, and for Cerritos to have any chance, they just have to, they have to win a bunch of games, and I think Cerritos went something like 11-1 in the last 12 games, and hey, they got in because they just knew how to play. And Cody did the same thing this last season. I mean, they really didn't need to, but she managed to climb over. She climbed over Pasadena. She got into second place, and the year before that, they had a good stretch run. Ended up in first place. So, we'll see what happens, and I think it's going to be an exciting season. Of course, we have an exciting season here for at least tension-wise, an exciting game here because this is a game that the Chargers have to win. And you were talking about the goal down there. Was it in? Was it out? Not sure. I'm not as confident as Albert is about seeing net, but it did seem like it hit and just went straight down and didn't cross the line. Of course, give Cypress that goal, but then you come over here towards the end, that fantastic save.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was, to me, I thought I was about to say goal, but, I mean, the last minute, big save.
Yeah.
That would have made the game 2-1. So we still really have the same situation, Mark. Cypress is down by 1. They need to win.
Yeah, there's no tie. A tie does them no good. So, in Irvine Valley, they're in the playoffs. So all they are is a spoiler
Right.
in this game when you look at it.
And you were saying that the Chargers need to play with a little more urgency here.
Yeah, I do. I think
you
so.
You don't get in, like you said, you don't get in if you lose.
Yeah. Angel Cristobal. Haven't heard his name mentioned a lot. Angel's trying to come back and do something for this team. Angel, the leading scorer for the team, with Rezko, who was the big player last week when he made that penalty kick to give the victory over Fullerton College. Irvine Valley is in the playoffs, so those will be coming up not this Saturday, but a week from this Saturday, the playoffs will start for soccer.
And you mentioned earlier, Mark, the Chargers played Fullerton College Tuesday. You saw that game streamed here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. And they upset the Hornets. They beat the #2 team in the nation. Not in the state, not in the OEC. #2 team in the nation. Now, today, the Chargers are taking on the #11 team in the nation. So they're getting two of the top teams in the nation playing them in the same week, with just 1 day's rest. It would be something if they can knock off two of the biggest teams.
Yeah, and I think in you saying that, Ed, it just reinforces what Corey Nayland will tell everybody, no matter what sport we're calling. OEC, toughest conference in the nation. You pick the sport, they are the toughest conference in the nation.
Well, of course, you and Corey Nayland have been chomping on that OEC home cooking for a long time. So,
we have been. Yeah, we have been. He's probably chomping on it now at home. Corey's probably just smiling, saying, that's right, guys. If I was there, I'd tell everybody. They should be #1, #2. Just take the top 10 here and call them top.
Well, for Corey and Ryan, we need an OEC donut then.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, between the two of them.
Not really sure what that would be. Well, who has there's the culinary arts thing over there at the North Orange County Community College District headquarters.
There we go.
Maybe the culinary school can come up with an OEC sports donut for.
I think they ought to put like a picture of Corey on one side and Ryan on the other side.
And whoever eats the donut the fastest gets it named after that.
There we go. Irvine Valley looking to bring the attack. And, of course, like Ed said, Parker Morrison made an incredible save.
Incredible.
And that save is what's got the score at 1-0 right now. The only goal of this game at the 13:50 mark in the first half.
Yeah,
and
Mark,
that was made by Grant Miller.
Yeah, if he doesn't make that save, then you've got a 2-0 score.
Yeah.
And
you're cooked.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing the #11 team in the nation.
Ball's down. Morrison goes down. Irvine Valley. And Morrison's right there. After he makes a great save, he goes down the ground. He tips it away with his hand. The ball comes back out, and it's a line drive hit right at Morrison by Logan Coffin. So Logan Coffin now in the game. We'll give you some more players that are out there for Irvine Valley. Bakovic is still out there. Along with Bakovic is Ocampo as they head down on the far side of the field. Heg Hi-Hat had it for you out there. Here comes the turn. And you look on this near side of the field. Angel Cristobal feels like the only guy on this side of the field. Ed and I are over here. Angel, if it comes Ed and I, we'll kick it to you. Irvine up 1-0 here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, that's going to give us some stoppage time that'll be tacked on to the end of this game. And then I believe it gets multiplied.
Angel finally gets the ball. Will try and turn. Gets taken down hard. And Angel just didn't even let it bother him as Velasco takes him down. Angel all of 5'5" out here. And you'll see some of these bigger players try to pick on him. And Angel just plays the game.
Well, you could hear him thud against the ground along with the laser player, and that turf in that spot is not soft.
No.
It's been worn down. Well, at least it missed the camera this time.
I was going to say, hey, if you're going to kick it hard. Jordy Galan is now in defensively as Matt goes and takes a seat on the far side of the field. So Galan now is in for your Chargers. Sophomore day here also today. The ball's cleared down, raced down into the corner. Save. Sarazate, who's made a couple great saves for Irvine Valley, boots it down the field. There were opportunities for your Chargers that, besides the one that went off the top post, he made two saves that were back-to-back. Cypress needs 2 goals. I know you got to start with the first one, but they need 2 to have any opportunity to go to the playoffs.
So, Mark, let us say that Cypress rallies back, wins the game. So in a week, they've beaten the number 2 team, the number 11 team. Where do you rank them nationally then?
Well,
I mean, I know where the record is, but beating those 2 teams, they've got to move up to,
yeah, that was
somewhere within the top 15 or so.
Yeah, and I think that's a good number for them, Ed, is 15, because they were talking about power points too. And if they win this game, they only actually get 1.76 more power points. So I still haven't figured out the whole power point rating. It's like RPI. You already know my feeling on that. And I know there's times that you have to have things like that because there are teams that play in a very difficult conference, and they're playing against, like you've already brought up, number 1, then number 11. You've got to get some love for who you're playing against. "53 minutes played in this game. It's Irvine Valley 1, your Cypress Chargers 0 here on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live. So the ball goes out, stays with Irvine Valley. Chase Cuevas is now in the game for Irvine Valley. Velasco is still there, along with Bikovic. We're going to say it's Logan Coffin. The ball just hit by. Logan gets knocked down on that one. So they're going to give the ball back to Cypress. The best thing that happened with the actor strike coming over, these guys can go back to taking those quick falls when they go down, because the union was saying, hey, you can't be acting during the strike.
That's right.
So, like the referee has allowed them to play this game. Not many calls against either team. And
we've not had a yellow card, have we?
No, and it's keeping the flow of the game going, which is really, really nice so far. Velasco goes down in the wing. A little arm bar going on there. Velasco gets called for that at Irvine Valley, so ball goes back to Cypress. save by Pavlovich.
Oh, what a... You know, this guy still has some good footwork. Did you see that? We should, if we only had the ground camera on.
I tell you.
I mean, it was kind of a...
And Corey Nealon, I didn't even fall down.
He brought out the right foot, deflected it to his left foot, back onto the field of play. It was amazing.
Thank you. What great footwork. Can't walk for a week, but, you know, I'll be fine. John's going to be carrying the bags and me back to the van. Well, Ed knows what an athlete I am. He watched me stick my left hand up and try to catch a foul ball at the table one day.
Yeah, eventually they brought you some ice.
They did. Yeah, nice 5-pound bag. And Ed, this is where now Cypress really. If I'm on the coaching staff, I'm probably going to say to my coach, okay, we're going to start cheating up offensively. We're going to bring up our defensive backs. Probably I'm going to keep somebody back deep. I'm going to use them as a sweeper on the defensive side. I'm going to bring up my midfielders higher so that, you know, and if they score a second goal against me, they score a second goal against me. This is where, as we said at almost the 60-minute mark, I need to be much more aggressive. Corner. Hooks in, missed by everybody, so it'll stay and be a goal kick for Cypress.
That would seem to make sense because so far in this half, you haven't, you know, Irvine Valley hasn't been, you know, in the attacking half that much.
No.
And there haven't been any real serious shots by them on goal.
So, you know, and of course you can hear the players for Cypress telling their forwards, you need to move forward. And I agree. I think you need to get people up in the position, make the defense get you offside. And that's all you have to do is walk up the defender to get an offensive player offside.
And you can hear the Irvine players saying, take your time, take your time. You know, let's use up as much of that clock as we can.
Yeah, and realize in this game, I mean, Irvine doesn't have to win. They can easily just accept the tie. It's not going to really hurt them in the playoffs. Their ratings won't go down. Their power rating won't go down. And I'm sure at Fullerton College they're watching this game closely because realize, Ed, where you talked about them beating Fullerton, realize they're the only team that beat Fullerton this year. Fullerton had no losses until Tuesday when they played your Cypress Chargers here on Charger Live and SportsNetUSA.net. 59-25, 1-0. The Lasers up on top. A little hazy. The wind has dropped.
And unlike today's game where there's no yellow cards, we had a few on Tuesday.
Oh,
and some of those ones that are that different color. I think they're red.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen that today.
Deep into the box. Header is going to be up and out over the net. And once again, except for that first shot within the first 15 minutes of the game, the defense for your Chargers has played extremely well. They've been close on offense. Player goes down for Irvine. Play on. And now, as two of them are down.
Yeah, I think when, you know, the Irvine player went down the first time, I don't think that was that big of a deal. But when
Cypress player?
Yeah, I think that was, who was that fell on him? Was that Edgar Cano that fell on him? That didn't help him.
Well, and here's the downfall for any players that stay down on the turf. So we go to 61 minutes, so we have stoppage time here. And like Ed will tell you, stoppage time sometimes, if it's 30 seconds, becomes a minute and a half at the end of the game. Players up. You know what I like in this game today, though, Ed? Anybody that's getting injured, the referee is telling them they must get off the field. We didn't see that last game. And I like the fact that they're concerned about the player. So it looks like Miller's coming back on. So Grant Miller was on the sidelines. Now they bring Grant Miller back on for the injured player. Miller, the only one who scored in this game. Miller, who's wearing the captain's armband. Ball down here. It's a foot race. We'll see what happens on this as they go up and out. Header back. Middle of the field. Cypress needs to win the ball. Does win the ball. Goes down the corner and needs to make the save. Up. The goalie comes over and quickly gets it. Again, a nice counter by your Cypress Chargers. Not enough. But this is the thing they need to find more of as this second half keeps clicking away against them. See, and here's the thing that you'll see. 5 white jerseys back and 2 blue jerseys on the attack. So I know they're getting back defensively for Cypress, but you've got to find something on the other end that outmans the defense for the Lasers in this game. Ball still taken away. Peraza will throw it in on the far side of the field. Drops it off to Ocampo. Back to Peraza. Peraza goes down for Irvine Valley. Velasco, the lone defender. And you watch Velasco, some people may say, okay, he's in a sweeper position. Now he's going to have a defenseman come back, Peraza, and help him out. So they're going to be too deep defensively for Irvine. Punched out. A lot of body on that one. They're going to blow the whistle. And of course, when you look at them and they make that, Monteros is the only one that's back offensively. So the only forward that's up. And I'd still like to get, somebody that gives me that Luke Robitaille cheat spot and come up. 64-29, still 1-0, and now the clock's starting to work against you. You've had this much time to try and tie this game up. You need to find an answer. As we get new legs back on the field for Cypress. Shove in the back by Resko, who comes back out there. So Resko, who was on the bench, now he comes out, gives a little push in the back. Whistle blown. Ball goes out, quick goal kick. This is where you do want to start up a little quicker now. If you're Cypress, open up the field. Go to the far wide side, then look for the middle. Somebody's got to be crossing when you go down there. Find the open spot. And this is where you're getting outmanned. You got the ball, too. Look for this side. Got to move the ball from left to right across the field also, not just up and down. This is where you drop it now in the center. Somebody in the center's got to put it on the goal or close to the goal. And just could not get it. Playing the right attitude, but what happened is opponents just a little too far down on that one. Marcus just gives it a little too much foot, so they can't run against it. And Abraham says, come on, man, just put it on my foot so I can have an opportunity. But I like the fact that they're widening out the field, Ed, but they've got to widen out the field and find that cutter in the middle. Miller's all over the place when you watch Grant Miller. Rezko was looking to get it. Go in the middle of the field. Nice heel pass. Goes out. 67 minutes have been played. 1-0. 54 minutes ago was the first and only goal in this game. And of course, we can talk about it, Ed. We can feel the sun setting on our back quickly here in this game.
Yeah, soon it's going to be darker than it was on Tuesday.
Yeah. Trap it off your shoulder. Now the break. See if they do that. The lasers now. It's a foot race. Miller, they got to keep an eye on him. I thought he was offsides more than once going down the field. They didn't throw up a flag on him. For Irvine. Irvine just a little quicker, beating everybody to the ball. This again. Get it. There we go. He's got to go up quickly with it now. And now, if he's going to take it back to the middle, they've got to take it back. Because if you watch it, Ed, they end up getting the ball, and this might be our first card. And I like the referee. No card. There was a swing when the ball went out, just out of frustration.
Right, but they've got to stop John with him.
So a hand touch, not really a handshake, you know. That's like Corey and Ryan sharing that donut. Cypress now looking to make a push. You can see the frustration on him trying to turn the corner. Can't turn the corner on the far side defensively. Irvine Valley makes a great save. Nice tackle, no card. Go down, great footwork right there as Malisso goes down and gets taken down hard, and there's the first card of the game.
Yeah, Guerra, you know, he went down, but he went down on his own.
Yeah.
And then he came back up, and then he did trip. He was guilty of the trip there.
Yeah, and it's the first yellow card we have seen in this game tonight with the 70-minute mark. So they're going to make a wall. Go over the corner, cross the middle. Easy save right there. So they try to do a little whoop-de-doo with Lopez. Lopez gets to Pekovic. Pekovic can't put it in the gold for Irvine Valley.
Yeah, he didn't really have a lot on that mark.
Lopez takes it across the middle of the field. Loose ball. 3 white jerseys. Ball gets kicked out. The 71-minute mark here on Sportsnet, USA.net, and Chargers Live. 1-0. The clock is ticking on your men's opportunity to make the playoffs here at Cypress College. Gotta find a little magic. Miller hits it to himself, turns the corner for Irvine Valley, drops it back in the middle. Defense back, take it away. And the ball is just hooked up and out, making sure that Cypress doesn't make a run. I'm just going to take the ball out and make him start all over. So.
Well, you always say, hey.
Up and out.
No.
Always make that offense start over again. Take the momentum away from them. Clearly, it's going to go out. That'll be a goal kick. Oh, it'll be a throw-in for Cypress. Thought it was going to stay on the other side of the flag. It didn't. And Ed, there's the plays that you talk about now. You're down by 1. You know you need to. When somebody is beating you to a ball, you know, and there you're going to get a little. And now it's frustration. You can see setting in on Cypress. A little grab, a little physical. Lopez is going to take that free kick. Well, then they walk away. I thought Lopez was going to take it. He is. Punch shot towards the middle. Header in the box. Trying to clear it out. They do. Cypress gets it out. Just down 1-0. They need to find that one break. If they can get in quickly, ball stays with Cypress.
Oh, that was interesting.
Cypress keeps it again, and now you can watch the tactics for Irvine Valley. They're just going to, anytime they don't have a true defensive setup, they're going to do what we say. There was a high and dangerous kick. Usually on something like that, you will see a card.
I would say there wasn't a card because it wasn't intentional. Once again, it does you no good to argue with the ref.
Off the side of the foot, high and away. Nice play offensively. Take it, took it back to the middle. I like when they shoot from the middle. And you can hear the fans over here on Cypress now starting to complain because of Irvine Valley trying to slow the game down in their behalf. Clock ticks. They don't play. Nice catch of the ball. Right on the line by Melissa. They drop the ball down. He walks away. Talking about anybody getting upset. Pekovic now will come up, give it a big left foot. Miller's back there, can't pull it down for Irvine Valley. Cypress turns, brings it back up. Mohed is trying to get things going, hasn't found it. He's going to handle the throw-in. Resko's back here. Resko's been quiet in this game. They go in the middle. Nobody there. Breaking on the ball. So you get it, you drop it. Oh, and this I find amazing that there's a yellow card on this play. Player's going down. He's floundering to his right. You see Miller on that one, sort of getting ready to dive. Gets a little bump, and Grant goes down. And they throw it, they pull out the card.
Well, the writers are back too. So,
yeah, that's true. Gotta change the script,
here's
everyone
your
says.
script.
Yeah. Let's change the story a little.
You get tapped, take a fall.
So we're 13 minutes away from what could be the end of season for your Chargers. Here on Charger Live and sportsnetusa.net. Too much foot. Too much ball.
Yeah, you needed to hit the 2-iron there instead of pulling out the 54-degree wedge.
That's it.
Way too high.
A little golf coming up on sportsnetusa.net. So the referee's waiting for, thought he was waiting for a substitution, but nobody came in. So
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, Mark.
yeah, because the coach was looking at the far side. He's got somebody he wants to bring in. And so he was waiting. And so they have Lopez, who went out, comes back in. Camarena is now back in the game. He was out for a while here in the second half. Lopez and Camarena cross over. Net! And, well, he started the game this way, and he's going to end the game this way with his second goal of the game, Grant Miller. So Miller got goal number 1, and then Miller comes over with a header and gets goal number 2 for Irvine Valley.
And let's remember that Lopez set that up for him, Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good bit of passing there by the Lasers.
Yep. So, and you look at what Miller's done this season. And so that gives them 2-0 at the 80-minute mark. And now Cypress, just for sake of pride, wants to get that goal. Now you need to cheat everybody up. And this is where Irvine Valley just needs to play that defensive game.
Yeah, as you were saying, they do need to cheat everybody up because
you need 3.
You need 3. You gotta, and you only have. Well, we're going to say there's going to be at least 5 to 6 minutes of
stoppage time.
Stoppage time.
Yeah.
So you have 15 minutes to score 3 goals.
So a little slap shot down in the hole.
And
Well,
let's see how long I can stay down here on the grass. Eat up some of that clock.
Ball on the far side of the field. Finally goes out. Realize your Cypress Chargers started off the season, so a lot of people got injured this season for them, and it was inconsistency. They didn't have enough of the same people on the field. Scorers would get hurt. Then they'd have to move people around. Finally, they got all patched up together, and Ed, that's why they went on the streak they went on. But because of the amount of games, you don't get to keep playing just because you're feeling better. The games have run out, and it looks like they're going to come up just a little short this season. Irvine Valley looking to make maybe wholesale changes. Ball gets dropped back, goes back to Miller. Miller just says, oops. And they dropped it back to Miller. He got it to Ivan Lopez. Ivan Lopez comes up, takes a shot on it, and he bounces it right off Parker Morrison, who has played excellent in the goal. Couple players warming up for Irvine Valley. Backside of the goal, headed out of there by Cypress. Lots of body. They're going to say play on. Even though the player went down, they're going to say play on, and then now they're going to get that on retaliatory running into the other player. Referee says play on, you went down, you got hit, you get back up and you go after somebody. Ocampo does that, they're going to call the yellow card on the person that gets up and retaliates. Lopez drops it in the Miller. Miller comes up, tries a little pitch shot, kicks it towards the middle, gets cleared out. And so Grant Miller thought he had one, then he thought he had an assist on that one. Good defense by Cypress College. A little hook slide made down low. And of course, that's one of the things you watch, a little hook slide.
Yeah,
Get that by Velasco was pretty
yes,
nice.
That was a nice one.
Lopez tries to clear out the ball. Lets it going to go down all the way down to the goal. There's a goalie that knows what he's doing. I'm going to kill a little time. I'm going to kick it down on the other side of the box. I'm going to let it roll. I'm going to make you come up and get it. And when you get close, I'm not going to share my food with you. I'm going to put that peanut butter sandwich away and keep it for another day.
You know, it's unfortunate that some of our teams that we've done over the years, whether home or away, that the coaches don't know a little bit, can't execute time management a little bit better in American football.
Yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. I don't think the coaches in American football understand time management. Ball goes up in the middle. Controlled once again, and this is one of the things you've seen this Irvine Valley team do. That's why they're as good as they are. Control the ball, beat people to the 50-50 ball, and then actually time their jumps for headers a lot better than Cypress has done this day. Ride the person's hip defensively. That's what you do on the far side of the field, and that's what you saw Granzo do, riding somebody's hip, and that allows that person to get ridden out of bounds on the play. So Campo goes to the sidelines. Lopez goes to the sidelines for Irvine Valley. Lucas Stark comes back in the game for Irvine Valley, along with Isaiah Ponce, who comes back in. We're going to get, and looked like an inadvertent handball that they didn't call.
Luckily, nobody was on the
Trainer's table?
Trainer's table. Like NASCAR.
Take him into the corner.
Yeah, take him into the rail, into the wall.
Ball goes out. We're at the 87-minute mark here in the second half. It's Irvine Valley 2, Cypress 0 here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, the men have played a courageous battle today. They knew what they were up against. They knew they were playing against an excellent team. Irvine Valley has just found the magic. Shot is blocked, kicked out. And again, close shots by Cypress this year. So we're going to get it out. Goalie is down. So they're going to run out and look at the goalie. So we'll have a little more added stoppage time here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. It's funny, I had one of the gentlemen that help us from Cypress here all the time. We came back out and he said, "You guys got all your equipment?" He goes, "Last year, was it getting darker quicker? Because I can remember you and Ed being out in the field in the darkness trying to find the rest of the stuff on the ground." And I said, I think we know what we're doing now. That's my best answer. We're all grabbing stuff and saying, we got to get out of here. Sun is going down.
So we're now into stoppage time.
Pitch to the middle. Clear it again. Once again, a dangerous kick waved off. And a dangerous kick is called when you go with your foot above your waistline towards an individual that is vulnerable playing on the other team. And you could do grievous bodily harm to that individual if you accidentally kicked them. Because realize many of these young players are a lot more flexible than two of us at the table. Well, man, let me throw in Albert too. That'll be three of us at the table. So yeah. There's the break. Goalie's got to come out. This is where you get taken out high, and the official is going to give you, as they shake hands, you give a red card to your goalie as Parker Morrison gets a red card. But the first thing Morrison did was go over and shake the hand from Irvine Valley, and Miller shook his hand back.
Better open field tackling than we've seen at some football games.
Yep. So, we're going to take out Morrison. He's been politely asked to leave with stoppage time going on.
Yeah, I don't even know how to calculate it. Now, I had, we said 5 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes ago. I moved it up to 7 minutes, and we're down to 5 minutes left, but I think there's going to be more than that.
Shot. Save.
Oh, great save.
From a long distance. So Ed Ford says about 5 more minutes and the whistle should blow. Can miracles happen? Yeah, we've all seen them. Should have been offsides. It was. And the ball just gets away from Angel. Just couldn't break on it to control it. So Isaiah Ponce comes out of the game. Marco Nuzwati is now in the game for Irvine Valley. So Nuzwati comes in with a few minutes left on the clock. Quick start. Angel Cristobal takes it across in the middle, blocked away. Taken out here. It'll be 2-on-1. Just want to control the ball. Get it back to your own guy. Tries to. Middle of the field. Miller handles it. Grant drops it off. Says, let's make it a foot race. Does. Player gets taken off the ball. The official doesn't do anything. I like the no call. Should have played the ball. Played the man. Taken him down. Should have been stopped. But I like at this stage of the game, the referee says, no, let's just play on. Nobody's getting hurt. You're all young. Bruise here and there won't hurt anybody. Referee looked at his watch. Nice tackle. Far side of the field. Deep shot to the middle. Nuzwati gets a head on it. Gets it back out, drops it in the middle. Cypress gets it again. Maybe their last attack. Cristobal on the right. Once again, physicality, no foul. And that should be it. So the whistle blows, and that brings us to the end. As Cypress is just going to come up a little short as they lose to Irvine Valley 2-0. Here on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. So, Ed, it was an exciting season, but it looks like the men are just going to be just a little short, started a little late in the season to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you come up against two of the top teams in the country, and you beat one, which was the number 2 team, but you lose to number 11. You know, that's a big mountain to climb anyway at the very end of the season. And the estimated stoppage time was closer to that original when we said of 5 minutes. It was 4 minutes and 58 seconds, I believe. So,
well, the Cypress men's season comes to the end. The women's season stays alive. That game will be in 2 weeks. Make sure you check the homepage at Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net for women's volleyball. All the playoffs are right around the corner here on SportsNetUSA.net and Chargers Live as the men lose 2-0 to Irvine Valley.